nominee, period. But that should not exclude Ben, because the last time I checked, Ben is not black. I've said often that Ben is the third worst thing to happen to black people in this country is Ben Carson. Let me repeat that. The third worst thing to happen to black people in this country is Ben Carson. And let me ramble a moment about the media. It bothers me. And I talk about it in the book, The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. I deal with it right there. I deal with it right there. CBS. And I love Gayle King. I think she's a star. Gayle King is, you all know that I'm still an ordained minister of the clergy, so I probably shouldn't say it this way, but when you come out of prison like this, with the kind of accusation that was made, most people are going to abandon me anyway. I don't have anything or anybody but God and a few of my family members who still love me, and I love them too. So I'll say it the way I want to say it. Gayle King is stacked like dirty clothes, and I wish I was a laundry boy. This is a star. She is a class act. I really like Gayle. She's intelligent. She's beautiful on the outside as well as on the inside, and she has a great, smart, intelligent head on her shoulders and a beautiful spirit. I used to dream about being interviewed by Gayle King and by Charlie Rose, because I like Charlie also. And I think, what's the other lady's name? Nora O'Donnell is also just a brilliant lawyer. And I know we're not supposed to talk about women's looks in this day and age of political correctness. So tell Donald you can be incorrect politically without being vulgar and foolish and divisive. But I'm going to tell you, I think Nora has the most beautiful eyes, some of the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my lifetime. I love looking into her eyes, but I also love listening to her talk. She's very, very intelligent. But the media should be ashamed. They keep running these stories where Donald claims he's self-funding his entire campaign. He's not spending any money because they cover him. If he passes gas and they find out and they get wind of it, they'll put it on the news. And it's foolish. It's asinine. But it's also conspiratorial. And I don't believe in conspiracies. Let me say why it is that way. Donald will not agree to appear on your show unless you agree not to ask him certain questions. And if you do ask him questions that are challenging and he dislikes them, then he'll get off and tweet and call you a third-rate reporter, and he'll never come on your show again unless you bow down and kiss his behind. I love Chuck Todd at Meet the Press. I love John Dickerson over at CBS Face the Nation. And I like George Stephanopoulos over at ABC also. But all of them let me down. They bowed down and kissed Donald's butt to get him on their show. Tim Russert would have eaten him alive. Donald wouldn't have taken Tim Russert's interview because he wouldn't have compromised his integrity. I saw Donald on television talking about his new book that published a couple of months ago. And it turns out that CBS, the parent company for CBS, actually published the book. And they had Major Garrett, whom I think is a strong reporter, sitting down doing an interview with Donald a day after the book published to talk about his campaign. Now, is that a conflict of interest or is it not? If I'm charged with being unbiased, fair, and balanced, as they would say, and I'm interviewing you while you're running for president, and you have a new book out, and my company published the book, that just does not pass the smell test. That's if Bill Gates had tried something like that, they would have sued him for monopoly. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous the way the media lets down. No one else can be endorsed by the Ku Klux Klan, and the media ignored it. They ignored it. If Bill Clinton had been endorsed by a white supremacist organization, matter of fact, if Hillary, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton were to be endorsed by a person who used to be the cousin of a person who used to be a white supremacist 30 years ago, the Republicans would be all over it, and the media would cover it wall to wall, just like they do Hillary's emails, and I'll talk about her emails later on. Nevertheless, Sherman D. Manning, Get the Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. I talk about all of those issues that I just rambled on about, and as I digress, I talked about them in that book. That book is not just about O.J., it is about No J. Simpson. That book is not just about criminal trials, it is about justice, it is about politics, it is about all of the things that affect you and me as human beings. Look, do me a favor, call your friends, call your loved ones, call your enemies, call people that you haven't talked to in 20 years and tell them that history has been made, that for the first time ever, a person who got out of prison 6 days ago has gone on an international mode of communication and told the world that I was wrongly convicted of rape and that I'm not hiding, that I'm not some guy that's going to be standing in a corner with a trench coat on, nor am I a guy that's going to be holding my head down toward the ground hoping that you don't see me. I'm an African American man, not a boy, proud to be an American, where at least I know that I'm free. And as long as there are chains on any one of my people, there are still chains on me. And my people are not just black people. My people are all of the people who have been wrongly convicted of a crime they did not commit. Get that book, The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice, and let me try to sign off if I can. Sherman D. Manning, www.napsusa.org. That is N as in needle, A as in apple, P as in Paul, S as in Sherman, USA.org. Remember, please, if you are a college student and you cannot afford a copy of this book, we want it in the universities. We want it in the criminal justice classes. Contact my team via email, and we will send you a gratis e-copy of the book. You won't have to pay 1 penny for it. Sherman D. Manning, I'll talk to you later. Thank you.